1,000,000 Lagosians,
720,000,
970,000.
over 1,000,000 Lagosians. They know that if you give me your afternoon, I will give you hard facts.
Well done, Sandra, on all you do, going beyond the headlines and focusing on the facts.
I am Sandra Ezekwesili, and these are your hard facts.
Hello, Lagos. Good afternoon. I am Sandra Ezekwesili, and these are your hard facts. First hard fact of the day: Bola Tinubu has submitted an incomplete list of ministerial nominees to the Senate on the deadline day. The Constitution gave him 60 days to submit this list, counting from inauguration on May 29th. Now, I said incomplete because this list has 28 names. But the Constitution dictates that each state must have a minister. So a full ministerial list must have at least 36 names, one per state. Once again, I'll remind you of Dele Lake's words before the swearing in. He is actually one of the 28 nominees on this list. But before swearing in, he said that 60 days is too much time to create a ministerial list. Alake said, quote, "A month maximum is enough for any serious government to form its cabinet and put a structure of government in place after the swearing in," end quote. It's officially been 60 days. That's too much time. It has been exhausted. At the end of 60 days, we have 28 names. 8 names to go. I'll remind you, like I've been doing since we started this countdown, that in 1999, it took President Obasanjo 5 days to nominate his ministers. By June 4th, we had that list. In 2003, it took the same President Obasanjo 25 days to nominate his ministers. We had the list by June 23rd. In 2011, it took President Jonathan 30 days to nominate his ministers. We had his list by June 28th. Second hard fact of the day: 16 of the 28 governors who were sworn in on May 29th have not submitted their cabinet nominees. 16 of them. Remember that 60-day rule, that 60-day rule in the Constitution, it also applies to state governors and their nominees for commissioner. So here are the states whose governors must submit their names today: Sokoto, Enugu, Cross River, Plateau, Niger, Lagos, Ogun, Kwara, Borno, Adamawa, Nasarawa, Kebbi, Benue, Zamfara, Yobe, and Gombe. We're waiting to hear from Mr. Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu about his commissioner nominees. 12 of the 28 governors sworn in May 29th have submitted their commissioner nominees, and that's our third hard fact for today. We have nominees for Abia, Akwa Ibom, Bauchi, Delta, Ebonyi, Jigawa, Kaduna, Katsina, Kano, Oyo, Rivers, Taraba. So 12 have met the deadline. Let's see if the other 16 can do it as well. Fourth hard fact of the day: the Super Falcons are flying at the Women's World Cup. Clear road for Super Falcons. Today they beat Australia. Australia are the co-hosts, 3-2. Did you watch it? I watched it on Lagos. I almost fainted. Jesus. Australia scored first. Then we equalized before halftime, 1-1. Then in the second half, we scored 2, making it 3-1. And I just did dance. 90 minutes, knack. Referee give added time, 11 minutes. Jesus. We were shouting in our house. So during that added time, Australia now scored again, 3-2. But now so we end, thankfully. We bless God. Congratulations to Falcons. We bless you Falcons, because with that win, we are now 1 foot inside the round of 16. All they need now is a draw. If they have a draw in their last group match against Ireland, we don't enter round of 16 with that. So thank you to them. Well done to them. And great work all around. Great work all around. Great work. And I've got a fifth hard fact for you. Pay them, NFF. That was the tweet from football legend Ian Wright. Ian Wright tweeted that about the Super Falcons. There's ongoing drama. I'm sure you've talked about it quite a bit with the sports team. Ongoing drama in Nigerian football. When is there no ongoing drama in Nigerian football, to be honest, or Nigerian sports in general, to be honest? The Falcons coach is accusing NFF of owing him months of salary, owing the players their bonuses. You know, I mean, we've seen this thing happen everywhere. We've seen it happen with basketball. We've seen it happen. We have to ask ourselves some serious questions about whether we're serious about sports. We have to ask ourselves some serious questions about why this continues to happen over and over, tournament after tournament. Like each tournament, we have the same complaints. We go back home, we do the next tournament, and we're back with the same complaints. Hopefully, whoever becomes Minister of Sports under Tinubu, you know, has the answers to that particular problem. 1 million Lagosians cannot be wrong. Thank you for listening to Hard Facts. I've got a great show for you, starting with the big three. Let's talk about Tinubu's incomplete ministerial nominee list. Then let's talk about the federal government's response to NLC's strike warning. And then let's talk about the resurgence of daylight robbery in Lagos. We'll bring you Eyewitness from 4 to 5. On Eyes and Nays, we'll talk about the ministerial nominee list, and we'll talk about the Senate confirmation process as well. Expect news, business, and sports at the top of the hour, every hour. And then after the news at 6, we'll bring you the step down. After the step down, Lista Lagosian will take the air. Lagos again. I am Sandra Ezekwesili, and these are your hard facts.
This is the Big Three.
The Big Three.
On Hard Facts. On 99.3 Nigeria Info.
Were Tinubu's ministerial nominees worth the 60-day wait? Will the federal government appease the NLC? What's behind the rise of robberies in Lagos? Those are your big three, Lagos. Let's talk. Bola Tinubu has submitted 28 ministerial nominees to the Senate. That's our first story. Like I told you, as our first hard fact, the list is incomplete. A ministerial list should have at least 36 names, one from each state. We're waiting to see if and when the other 8 names arrive. If you missed when Godswill Akpabio announced, that's Senate President Godswill Akpabio announced it on the floor of the Senate, well, here you go.
1. Abubakar Momo. 2. Ambassador Yusuf Maitama Chuka, CON. 3. Architect Ahmad Dangiwa. 4. Barrister Hanatu Musawa. 5. Chief Uche Naji. 6. Dr. Beta Edu. 7. Dr. Doris Anite Uzoka. 8. His Excellency David Omaye. 9. His Excellency Ezenwa Nyesom Wike. 10. His Excellency Mohammed Badaru Abubakar, CON. His Excellency Mohammed Badaru Abubakar, CON. 11. His Excellency Nasir Ahmed El Rufai, CON. 12. Right Honorable Ekperikpe Ekpo. 13. Honorable Nkiru Onyechuocha. 14. Honorable Olubumi Tunji Ojo. 15. Honorable Stella Okotete. 16. Honorable Uju Kennedy Ohaneye. 17. Mr. Amayo. 18. Mr. Dele Alake. 19. Mr. Latif Fagbemi SAN. 20. Mr. Muhammad Idris. 21. Mr. Olawale Edu. 22. Mr. Wahid Adebayo Adelabo. 23. Mrs. Iman Suleiman Ibrahim. 24. Professor Ali Pate 25, Professor Joseph Utsev. 26, Senator Abubakar Kyari. 27, Senator John Eno. 28, Senator Sani Abubakar Danladi.
Some very familiar names on that list. We have ex-ministers who are also ex-governors like Nasser El-Rufai and Nyesom Wike. And speaking of Wike, his nomination has caused a lot of banter because up until May 29th, he was a PDP governor. Technically, he's still a member of the PDP, and yet here he is, a nominee for an APC president. Ever since after the election, the PDP has been debating whether or not to sack Nyesom Wike from the party. They never did. It makes you wonder just how powerful Nyesom Wike is. Just how powerful is Nyesom Wike? 0700-993-993-993 01465-7190. Was it worth the wait? What do you think about this list? Was it worth the long wait? 60th day. Gong. Because they told us Tinubu was taking his time to select the best and the brightest. Do you believe that these are the best and the brightest? In your opinion. I'm not sharing my opinion. I'm asking your opinion. Again, listen to the names on that list one more time.
1, Abubakar Momo. 2, Ambassador Yusuf Maitama Chuka, CON. 3, Architect Ahmad Dangiwa. 4, Barrister Hanatu Musawa. 5, Chief Uche Naji. 6, Dr. Beta Edu. 7, Dr. Doris Anite Uzoka. 8, His Excellency David Omaye. 9, His Excellency Ezenwa Nyesom Wike. 10, His Excellency Mohammed Badaru Abubakar, CON. His Excellency Mohammed Badaru Abubakar, CON. 11, His Excellency Nasir Ahmed El-Rufai, CON. 12, Right Honorable Ekperikpe Ekpo. 13, Honorable Nkiru Onyechuocha. 14, Honorable Olubumi Tunji Ojo. 15, Honorable Stella Okotete. 16, Honorable Uju Kennedy Ohaneye. 17, Mr. Bello Muhammad Goroyo. 18, Mr. Dele Alake. 19, Mr. Latif Fagbemi SAN. 20, Mr. Muhammad Idris. 21, Mr. Olawale Edu. 22, Mr. Wahid Adebayo Adelabo. 23, Mrs. Iman Suleiman Ibrahim. 24, Professor Ali Pate. 25, Professor Joseph Utsev. 26, Senator Abubakar Kyari. 27, Senator John Eno. 28, Senator Sani Abubakar Danladi.
Now at 5 p.m., we're going to get into a bit of detail about these people. We're going to give you a bit of background, some of the jobs they've held, all of that coming your way at 5 p.m. today on Eyes and Nays. So make sure you're here for our segment on Eyes and Nays. But for right now, what do you think about this list? Was it worth 60 days? Do you believe that, like Tinubu told us, he has taken the time to select the best and the brightest? In your opinion, are these the best and the brightest? It looks like our 0700 line is not working. So 0700-993-993-993. It doesn't seem like that number is working. Go ahead and give us a call on 01-465-7190. 01-465-7190. Hello, thanks for calling us.
Sandra.
Yes.
Yeah.
What's your name?
Hello?
Hello.
Yeah, how are you?
I'm
Sandra?
very well. What's your name?
Emeka is my name from Satellite.
Emeka, welcome. Talk to me.
Well, it wasn't worth the wait, and neither am I surprised. For someone to be able to live up to what his spokesman said, he always repeat his quote that before 60 days. So 60 days is more than enough for anybody to come up with
30 days.
Nominees.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry?
30 days.
30 days.
Mm-hmm.
We can see that his principal, even hitherto, has submitted a list that that fell short of the constitutional requirement. The question is, how prepared was he for the job before he came on board? But if he had been well prepared by now, we should have a complete list that will drive the nation's economy. And if you look at the list from the names mentioned,
right,
for me, I felt it was just a recycling of old wine.
okay.
Some of them in probably new skin bottle.
Well, old wine is the best wine, isn't it?
Well, in this instance, you need to look at the antecedents.
Okay.
Who have they been? If you're a politician without any political ideology,
right,
of course, you'll be jumping from pillar to post. Besides someone like Umahi, who probably carried out some infrastructural revolution in the state, who is Nyesom Wike? Like you asked, how powerful is he? Where does he actually belong now? Is he a maverick? Is he unbranded? Is he a PDP man or an APC man, or is he part of the all-inclusive government?
Well, Rivers people might also tell you that Nyesom Wike also did a bit of infrastructural work in Rivers State.
Yes, he did infrastructural work, but the principle matter. As a matter of fact, we need leaders with strong ideology and principles this time around to be able to drive the seat of power.
Okay.
However, like I said, I'm not surprised. What happened is more like a deja vu to me. I don't see anything improving, and for me, it fell short of my expectations.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for calling, Emeka 99.3. Hello.
Hello, Madam Sandra.
Thanks for calling. What's your name, sir?
Yeah, my name is Odwayo.
O'Dwyer, welcome. Talk to me.
What? I'm not really surprised.
Okay.
I'm not surprised
Okay.
because I know as far as I'm concerned, he has nothing to offer. He's going to rotate the old people. How many young in the list? How many young people do you see there? How many? They are all old people. So as far as I'm concerned, I'm not expecting anything new, anything tangible from APC government. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much for calling. We've got diaspora Nigerians trying to share their thoughts as well. Frank is here. Hi, Frank.
Hi, good afternoon, Sandra.
Good afternoon, Frank.
I have long awaited this list. I have long anticipated to know the content and those that will be on this list because it's going to give me a perspective and insight into the mind of the president. I didn't vote for this president. I never supported him, but election is come and gone. We have to move further and we just have to make our country better. So finally, the list is dropped. And I kept asking myself, why wasting your time? Shebi, now you say we'll hit the ground running. You wait till 24 hours to the deadline only for you to be bringing out a partial list, 60% complete. What is the meaning of all this now? This is not hit the ground running. Okay, now you brought out the list. Look at the content. And I was expected to see there were certain people, not even names, categories of people I was expecting to be on this list. Number one, the youth, young people. Look at the way the world is moving and try and buy into it. Young people that are very, very smart. What am I saying here? Same politicians, same people that have been there over the years. Now I ask myself, these people were there for the past 8 years, 15 years. The country did not move. What did they want to do now? What magic do they want to perform now? Sandra, I beg, I just need to stop you and ask you a question. The Friday global stories. What happened to it? I'm tired of Nigerian news. I beg.
We're going to bring it back.
No, serious.
We'll bring it back. We'll bring it back, but we'll do it. But we're not bringing it back on Fridays. We won't do it Fridays. We'll do it Thursdays now. Thursdays at
any
4.
any day. I'm just protesting. I'm tired of this.
We'll
news.
bring it back. Don't worry.
Nice talking with you.
Thank you very much for calling, Frank. Let's take a look at messages on WhatsApp. This one here says Dele Alake said that it will not take any serious government more than 30 days to appoint the ministers. What does that tell you? Ditto for the governors. The president appointed only 28 ministers, recycled politicians. We need at least 36. This is a constitutional issue. Where do we start from now? It means that we are not serious. Gabriel with that message. All right, Gabriel. Ade from Surulere says, I'm sorry, majority of the nominees have nothing to offer the nation. Recycling positions for themselves. Which one of them really has any true credibility or integrity to truly move this nation forward? I seriously for Nigeria. How can these be the best and brightest when they all have question marks? Nigeria can do much better. Another, well, I wasn't expecting anything different. Very sad indeed. Okay. Thank you very much, Ade from Surulere, with that message there. This one here is from John. John says, with the 28 on this list, I'm not very optimistic. Old people with bad records, are they going to drive Nigeria? Well, okay, all right. Thank you very much for your message. This one here is from Adegoke. Where's that message from Adegoke? I can't find it anymore. But we have Nee. Nee says, the president told us that he was the most prepared president, yet he cannot send a complete list of ministerial nominees. Not like the ministerial list excites us or will alleviate our SAPA Pro Max economy. The incomplete list mostly same of the same, signaling business as usual. The more things change, the more they appear the same or get worse. Same script, different actors.
Sincerely, I don't want to wait till I graduate from this school before I think of what to do with my life.
Exactly. I am going to seriously work on my music skills. Let me use my talent well, I beg.
I would like to be a radio presenter, but I don't know how to go about it.
But why is Timmy so quiet today?
Sorry, ladies. I'm taking this interesting course on how to become a professional scriptwriter. You too can also learn how to become a radio presenter on Wazobia Academy.
Wazobia Academy?
Yes! Wazobia Academy provides accessible and affordable online training in filmmaking, music business, fashion, radio hosting, and lots more. You also stand a chance to be selected for internship in leading production companies, radio stations, music, and fashion studios for hands-on experience. It's easy. Simply log on to www.wazobiaacademy.com.
Sandra Ezekwesili. This is the Big Three, and we have a copy of Mr. President to the Senate. 28 incomplete on the 60th day since he was sworn in as president. If you haven't heard who and who are on that list, well, here you go.
1. Abubakar Momo. 2. Ambassador Yusuf Maitama Chuka, CON. 3. Architect Ahmad Dangiwa. 4. Barrister Hanatu Musawa. 5. Chief Uche Naji. 6. Dr. Beta Edu. 7. Dr. Doris Anite Uzoka. 8. His Excellency David Umahi. 9. His Excellency Ezenwa Nyesom Wike. 10. His Excellency Mohammed Badaru Abubakar, CON. His Excellency Mohammed Badaru Abubakar, CON. 11. His Excellency Nasir Ahmed El Rufai, CON. 12. Right Honorable Ekperikpe Ekpo. 13. Honorable Nkiru Onyechuocha. 14. Honorable Olubumi Tunji Ojo. 15. Honorable Stella Okotete. 16. Honorable Uju Kennedy Ohaneye. 17. Mr. Bello Muhammad Goroyo. 18. Mr. Dele Alake. 19. Mr. Latif Fagbemi SAN. 20. Mr. Muhammad Idris. 21. Mr. Olawale Edu. 22, Mr. Wahid Adebayo Adelabo. 23, Mrs. Iman Suleiman Ibrahim. 24, Professor Ali Pate. 25, Professor Joseph Utsev. 26, Senator Abubakar Kyari. 27, Senator John Eno. 28, Senator Sani Abubakar Danladi.
What do you think about this list? Was it worth the wait? 99.3, hello. 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 Doesn't look like that person is ready. 99.3.
Hello, Sandra. Good afternoon, ma.
Good afternoon, sir. What's your name?
Yes, ma. Oh, nice talking to you since how many years? Thank you so much for picking my call. Oh.
I didn't know it was you.
First of all, let me appreciate you. You are the one that made me to take COVID-19 jab. Thank you so much.
Oh, I'm happy you did that. And look at us 2 years later. Maybe they say we'll die in 2 years. We're still here.
We are still waxing. We are still waxing strong.
We're still here.
Okay. Let me contribute on the topic.
Yes, please.
For me, I feel these are just compensation ministers.
Okay.
President Tinubu just used it to compensate them. For me, I think they don't really have much to offer. I don't see anything so serious about this set of people.
Okay.
That's my own take.
All right. Thank you very much for calling to share it. Have a good day. 99.3, hello.
Hello, Auntie Sandra.
Thanks for calling.
Yes. I'm Victor.
Victor.
Please, Sandra, is there any female name like 3 is there?
Yes, there's like 4 or 5 women there, yes.
And then, secondly, I didn't hear Alaba Alabi.
Yeah?
I didn't hear Alaba Alabi where you used to send messages for Nigeria info for topic like this. I didn't hear his name.
Okay. Okay, Victor. 99.3, hello.
Hey, Sandra Ezekwesili.
Good to have you on the show, sir.
Yes, firstly, congratulations to our girls.
Oh, yes.
At least in the midst of all this buhara,
yeah,
we can have something to lighten ourselves up a bit.
Yeah.
At least for the meantime.
Yeah.
But there's always a sad tale to the end of the story. The issue of owing
them salaries.
I don't know how long we'll continue like that. And if I say we should go back to the drawing board now, I don't think the board is even there again to go back to. It don't tire us now. Every time the same thing. Yes, Sandra.
Sir.
I have advised on this platform that President Bola Tinubu, I know him since the days of Nadeko. I've also known him that he's a raw and rugged politician. And I've advised that if there's a way he can take away politics from administration, it will help him. From the way I'm saying things, this is going to be politics. And when you bring in politics into governance, it's going to backfire. No matter how you do it. President Bola Tinubu just have to do his best to remove politics, put it aside, and put governance aside. Everything cannot be politics. He is not the president. This is no more body law issue where people will not troop in and troop out anyhow. He is now the president. He has a lot of responsibilities. Look at this list. I'm even laughing. They are laughing at themselves there. You are breaking a list. So I think putting His Excellency in the name of the list you are breaking. People that love power, egocentric people, they love power too much. When I saw the list, because I was not too sure, so I saw it from a credible journalist online. You know, when I saw those names, I just remember what Fela said many years ago. This list is not GCB. You know, if you don't know the name of GCB, I'm sorry, I can't help you. It's just the same thing, parapolating themselves. Can't you go and look for something else to do? Must you be in government? Must you be in the corridors of power? Can't you go and look? We see presidents of other countries, when they leave presidency, they go and start doing other things instead of going around the world giving speeches. Must you be in government? Must you be there? So President Tinubu is listening, because Nigeria is not a laboratory where they use for experiments. This one come and do a social experiment at the detriment of the people. I'm not happy with this list. Even the names, the 28 names already, to me, is not a name that I should be happy about. We should be able to move beyond this. These people, most of them mismanage their state. They're coming back again to come and be in government. For what? Thank you, Jerry, Sandra.
All right, thank you very much for calling. Come on now, you guys, take a look at this list. Are you telling me that there are no, there's no one on this list you look at and you're like, okay, fine. I can see why this person is on this list. I wish that, the president had sent this list and sent the portfolio for each person so that we can properly weigh, properly take a look at. I hate this thing that Nigerian presidents do, where they just send you, a random list. I mean, when we cover international stories, you hear how in different countries, and I'm not even talking about Western countries now, other African countries, as soon as the election is done, their cabinet members are listed, and what portfolios they will hold are listed alongside them, so that when people are assessing these people, they're assessing their ability to work in whatever sector they've been put into to run. This process we do where we just send out an agnostic list. It's not very progressive. It's not very serious, and we need to do better. Ngozi is here. Ngozi, how are you?
Hi, Sandra.
Welcome.
Yeah. So I saw the list, and I'm not really impressed because from what I'm seeing, it's like he's only favoring those who are in his circle. When it comes to politics, there are so many Nigerians excelling in different fields in the world who are very intelligent and know what to do and how to improve the country. But this one now is just recycling old politicians, and this thing is just going to be the same. It's going to produce the same results all over and over again. So it just tells me that this man never know what they do. Thanks, Sandra.
Thank you very much for joining us from Michigan, 99.3. Hello.
Hello, Sandra. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. What's your name?
I'm Ibeto from Sule.
Welcome. Talk to me.
Thank you. Yes, I want to align with what Alake said. How long it takes. Let me just tell you this. I'm not interested about the men or their whatever.
Okay.
But I'm interested about how long it takes or how long it took the president to now straight point. When a father has too many mouths to feed, he becomes confused. Honestly, he becomes confused on who to feed first or not. Now, and that's one of the things that has caused this delay. Now, I must tell you, believe me, the remaining 8, don't be surprised that there could be about 1,000 names, because these are lobbies. So he sometimes may find it difficult to choose who and drop who. There could be some names too that he had no choice than to drop them, because those ones could have done something, could have been so close to him, but he had no choice than to drop them, then to make another list. That's why the list may continue to change until when it comes to. So what I'm saying in essence is this, to be honest with you, because it's all about politics and it's all about lobbying. To be fair to you, lobbying. And maybe it's close to him, but when it comes to lobbying, somebody may just come and take my chance. You understand? He may not be looking at me at that moment in time. His attention will be on that person that has lobbied so much to have gotten my own position where I am concerned with him. So this is one of the things, and that is why politics is one thing that, my dear sister, politics is a very big game. It's not a child's play at all.
It really isn't. It really isn't. Anywhere in the world, politicking anywhere in the world, you have to wine and dine and trade a lot of horses. Speaking of trading horses, Bola Tinubu is asking the NLC for more time. That's our second story. We heard this from the Speaker of the House, Tajuddin Abbas. He was in a meeting last night with the heads of organized labor on behalf of the federal government. And here's how Abbas summarized the outcome. Quote, what Tinubu said is that he's just coming on board. We should ask them and beg them to please give him a little more time. The things that they mentioned, he's completely unaware of them. He's yet to be briefed about all those issues. Meanwhile, other voices in the federal government are not begging. In fact, they're even telling the NLC, look, you can't go on strike. There's a court order. We heard from Jedi Agba, the permanent secretary of the Ministry of Justice. She said, quote, "It is not that the issues, removal of subsidy, hike in price of petrol, consequential increase in cost of living, etc., which precipitated the above court action, are the very same issues over which NLC has now issued another strike notice." I'm sorry, let me take that again. It is noted. Yes. So she said, quote, "It is noted that the issues, removal of fuel subsidy, hike in prices of petrol, consequential increase in cost of living, etc., which precipitated the above court action, are the very same issues over which NLC has now issued another strike notice. The NLC has submitted to the jurisdiction of the court and is being represented by the reputable law firm of Femi Falana SAN. It is therefore our minimum expectation that the NLC will allow the courts to perform their constitutional roles rather than resorting to self-help and undermining the orders of the court. We note with dismay that this latest strike notice is consistent with the inexplicable disdain which the NLC leadership has visited on the authority of the court in recent times, following earlier inciting and derogatory remarks made by the NLC president against the court. Aside from the above legal inhibition against any strike action of any nature, we also note that both the federal and state governments are engaging with stakeholders to cushion the collateral effect of the removal of fuel subsidy and increment in fuel price." End quote. Ministry of Justice with that statement there, breathing fire, while the president is saying, I beg, farabale, I beg. What do you think about this misalignment within the federal government? Do you think this is a case of good cop, bad cop? Will this good cop, bad cop from the federal government work with the NLC? Do you even think NLC should even go on strike, ignoring a court order barring them from going on strike? 0700-993-993 993 01465 7190 99.3. Hello.
Yeah, hello.
How are you?
Yeah, Babaji. I'm calling from the line. Please, permit me.
Mail line is not working. Go ahead. Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah. You allow me to talk about the first topic.
Yes, please, go ahead.
You know, it's amazing when I look at the names. Wike. I remember Wike said he never wanted to become vice president. I'm asking myself, being a minister and vice president, which one is higher? If you ask me, because he fought with the presidential candidate of his own party. And they ask him, what about if they pick you as the running mate? Will you mellow down? He said he never wanted it, but now they've nominated you, or how do I call it?
Well, you know, vice presidents are essentially spare tire, and as a minister, you have some executive powers. So perhaps
no, that one is subject to debate. Which one is higher in hierarchy? That is what I'm saying.
Higher in hierarchy, you would say vice president, but higher as far as real tangible power is concerned. Some would even say influence to an extent, depending on what portfolio you're giving. It will make for an interesting debate. I'm not saying that one is higher than the other.
That should be a debate too, because he was a minister under Jonathan.
Yeah.
Before he became governor.
Yeah.
Now you are coming back to be minister. That is by the way. Yeah. And I saw the name of this lady, this Stella Okotete.
Mm-hmm.
So she's the one representing my home state, Delta.
Yeah.
Where is Festus Keyamo, please? I don't know. Are they going to give him another thing?
Well, there's eight spots outstanding, so maybe.
Probably. No, there are many positions. They may pick one. They may give him one. But it's funny, like what people are saying that they're expecting the names. Some say I'm disappointed. If you ask me, Babaji, whether ministers or not, the ball stops on the table of Mr. President. The president of Nigeria by office is the most powerful president in the world. You can gather all the best ministers. At the end of the day, if you didn't give them, the direction to work, they will not work effectively. But to conclude here, I think the ministers under OBG are the best minister in the history of Nigeria. Thank you. God bless you.
Okay. Thank you very much for calling. 99.3, hello.
Yeah, Sandra, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. What's your name, sir?
You have a man, I'm calling you from Ekpe.
Welcome. Talk to me.
Congratulations to Super Falcons. They are like Sandra and I beg to differ. I hope they won't dash our hope. Because Sandra and I beg to differ. Immediately I beg to differ, finish. Sandra will run away. then we'll remember all our problem in Nigeria. As for the ministerial list, I've said on this platform before that I wish Femi Gbajabiamila influence new faces into the list, to get out of this path we've always told of the same faces, But it's unfortunate that it's still some of the same faces, and with some of these names that has been mentioned, it seems as if the controversies that were surrounding President Muhammadu Buhari administration will be a little, compared to what we'll see in the next 4 or 8 years. But this is Nigeria. The others has voted already. You just have to live with the reality of today. Thank you, and good afternoon.
All right. Tony Nijagamo says, I don't think there's anything to cheer in this list, provided they remain Nigerians, because I thought Bat was going to the moon to pick his nominees, hence the delay, and he has eventually given half measure. Who are the technocrats Nigerians taunted for? It is still same of same, dominated by past governors who have always held the country by the jugular. I am sure he would have made it up before the day of confirmation, which I believe the Senate will delay for presentation. Why is PDP afraid of getting rid of Wiki's membership? All right, Tony, thank you very much. Now, I don't know that it's right to say that there are no technocrats on this list so far. So you look at somebody like Honorable Stella Okotete, for instance. She is a strong member of the APC. She was woman leader for a while there, but she also has quite a bit of a strong CV. Stella Okotete, has done some work in public policy. She has done a bit of work with the Nigerian Export-Import Bank, Nexim. So she's quite what's the word I'm looking for? Influential in the economy space. She did a bit of work with with MDGs in Delta State. I remember she provided some strategic leadership. When they were designing programs to meet the United Nations Millennium Declaration, right? So she has quite an impressive CV, and we're going to look at it very deeply. We'll look at these CVs a bit deeper from 5 p.m. today. I'll have my guests join me at 5, and we'll start having that conversation. We'll start looking at their CVs one by one. Now, of course, some of their names jump right off the list. We have former governors there, yes. However, for those who are not as well known as the former governors, can you really say, without taking a proper look at their CVs, that these are not technocrats? So we're going to do that at 5. Make sure you're here when we're having that conversation at 5. But for right now, let's talk about what you think about the list. Was it worth the wait? The 60 days, 60th day, bam, my guy sent list. 99.3. Hello.
Hello, Sandra.
Hi. Good afternoon. What's your name? Welcome.
Everything about this list now. So after 60 days, this is it. Like, really, this is it. Pass like this. So I was expecting a lot more technocrats. Now, not to say that some of the politicians are not technocrats, or they were not technocrats before they got actively involved in politics.
Right.
However, when you take 60 days,
right,
there's so much more expectation.
Right. It builds up.
What I was expecting. Another thing that is bothering me is also women. I mean, there are probably just about 6 of them.
There's 6 women, yeah, so far, 6 women.
Considering that even in the Senate and House of Assembly and other places, there are National Assembly, there are not that many women this time around with this government. So I was expecting to see more women, at least in because we also know that women, when they hold those ministerial positions, record has shown that they've done well with some of them, most of them, not all of them. But so I was expecting to see more women, at least in the list. The last time we had real technocrats, or just Jonathan, and maybe somewhat of Jonathan. But since then, it's obvious that these lists have all been politically minded. And let's see how they do. It would have been nice if they also told us what portfolio they had. Then we can now say, okay, this person can do it, or this person has shown good faith in this kind of work before. But make we sit down the look as usual.
Make we sit on the look, she says. All right. Thank you very much for calling. 99.3, hello.
A very good afternoon to you, Lady Sandra.
A very good afternoon to you as well, sir.
My name is Prince Suarez, calling you from Oshodi.
Welcome. Why in Oshodi today?
I went there this afternoon.
All right, welcome. Talk to me.
You see, Sandra, out of all the nominees, I'm very happy with Wiki.
Okay.
Because a governor, if you want to make statement, he never go to the radio station, he never looking for press conference. He made statement when he was commission project. If somebody very active, working, that's the moment we should expect to serve nationally now. What I'm talking about. And all this we are talking about, I want you to tell us later, how many governors, former governors do we have in the list? Majority of them technocrats who understand this. When you talk of mention doctor, how many of the Nigerian politicians today are that read political science? Now, Papa Wolo, they do politics until they die. Ababa, I think we do the same thing. I mean, we carry the same thing. What are we talking about? These people now, and the man that the driver is Asiwaju Ahmed Bola Tinubu, the president. If anybody fails to match this thing, he will drop him. He's not a man, it's not like somebody. A minister will commit a lot of atrocity without sacking, without drop him. If somebody work for Asiwaju 1 year, if he can't perform, he drop him. So for me, I'm very happy with the list. What I know, Nigeria will get better because those people, they mature, they've seen a lot of things, like weak as a man, I know what they can do. And some of those ministers they mention now, majority of them are a master in their own right. Oh, my dearest my president, if somebody appoints you today as a minister, I'll be very happy. Only the managers we have out of that list is Lady Sandra. Can I include your name?
No, please. Thank you.
You deserve it now. What I'm talking about.
I don't want. Thank you, Prince Wires, for calling. We've got messages here on WhatsApp. Adegoke says, Sandra, Australia, chopper, water. Even though the NLC strike will affect me and many Nigerians, I still support the strike because what language the government understands is strike. As for the president's ministerial list, I am not surprised to see Nasser El-Rufai and Nyesom Wike. My pain is that these same politicians are being recycled to come back to either being ministers or senators or just continue consuming our money. It's so sad to see that our leaders are just tossing us around like basketballs. All right. Thank you very much for your message. This one here is from Godwin in Lasharola, where Godwin says, once again, APC-led administration, this list is what we've been seeing. I'm not surprised. APC, okay, I can't read the rest of that message, but thank you very much, Godwin from Lasharola, for your message. This one here says, Wike made Tinubu's ministerial list. That means he automatically is an APC member. Ita Willie from Jakande. Is he automatically an APC member or is he a PDP member and Tinubu is running an inclusive government? We'll take a break. When we come back from this break, let me hear more of your thoughts. Not to worry, we'll keep talking about this all the way until 6 p.m. today. We'll talk about traffic robberies next. Don't go away.
This is an infomercial.
This is The Voice Note on 99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk.
It was why we sang and danced in the night, why we lit fires that burned through the night, why we chose a flag colored in freedom, for now we would be kings in this our kingdom. But our first head of state was Igbo, and the next, though a soldier, also Igbo. Then Angas ruled, followed by Hausa, and then came the turn of Yoruba. Then Hausa came back for a term cut short, when power was taken by an Hausa gunshot. Then Gwari claimed his turn to rule, but a mandate stolen was his downfall. Then Kanuri came, and it's quite probable that he'll still be ruling if not for that apple. Then Yoruba returned not once but twice.